Hey sisters! Welcome back to our channel!
Boy,
Today we are talking about
the death penalty, so let's get right into it.
What crimes are punishable by death? Crimes that are punishable by death are known as capital crimes or capital offenses, and they commonly include offenses such as murder, mass murder, terrorism, treason, espionage, attempting to overthrow the government, piracy, war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide.
y'all are going to jail! Period!
So, arguments for the death penalty states that it's fair justice, it protects society, a tough consequence avoids a crime being made, lethal injection is quick and painless, states select the most violent people who've committed crimes to be executed.
So, today guys, for the arguments of life in prison, it gives a person time to reform, it avoids innocent people from being accidentally executed. It can also take long years. It's a multiple step process. And people who have committed a wrong crime can also reflect over a long time. And executions can also go wrong. It's also cheaper to contain a person in a high security prison. Kanto was wrongly accused, man. Later, he was not even found guilty because he was not even at the scene. In a case in 1989, Craig Coley murdered a child and a woman, but was wrongly imprisoned for 39 years because there was no traces of his DNA found.
Since 1973, 151 people have been released from death row due to not being guilty for a crime they were accused of. What? Kennedy versus Louisiana was a Supreme Court case. Kennedy sexually harmed his 8-year-old stepdaughter. Louisiana sought out death penalty, but the Supreme Court ruled that since she didn't result in death, it would be a cruel and unusual punishment due to the 8th Amendment.
And that's a wrap. So, for the survey results, approximately 60% said they preferred life in prison than executions. Only 15% were aware that 113 people were issued death penalties in 2018. Only 12% were aware of 150 people being released from death row since 1973 because they were found not guilty. About 11% of people didn't even know what a capital offense consisted of. Approximately 60% agreed that ordering death penalty does not create a safer environment at all.
So, last but not least, our proposition. We propose death penalty will only be available towards people who've committed premeditated capital offenses consistently. Also, for judges to rule out a death penalty, they must be shown validated evidence that includes DNA or footage that consists of audio of the crime. For people who've committed first-degree murder will not have the chance to go through death penalty, but will be sent to prison. For people who've committed premeditated murder will be sent to a high-security prison without parole. We want to create a constitutional amendment that will forbid anyone from granting clemency to those serving life without parole. Also, create a sentence of at least 25 to 30 years prior to clemency being an option. This fits both sides because death penalty is still an option, but paired with more restrictions. So, clemency is when...
You know, is that a tricky question? You know what? I feel like I'm in jeopardy.
Clemency is when a criminal is forgiven from a crime and they have the option of parole. Crime prevention through community policing and gun control, employment opportunities, drug and alcohol rehabilitation programs, early intervention for abused and mentally handicapped children are all alternatives to capital punishment, and that they lower the risk of crime in the first place. For anti-death penalty people, they will see criminals who've made a mistake that have the potential to reform while maintaining a safer societal environment.
it's just boring clap. This sets it straight, you know? This is my kitten child. What are your views about death penalty? Okay, she doesn't like
Was executed for being... But why? We need some water.
Water! Water! I need water!
1993, wrong.